And you are right, Barbara. It's Barbara's monkey. It's not my monkey, not my circus. It's not my monkey. It's Barbara's monkey. Good afternoon, everybody. I love you all so much for popping in the door. There's Mia and Jennifer's here and Leanie. No, Barbara can't do that because, Leanie, because it's an old one. She can't do that. It's not a current monkey. But it is cute. Jackie Belcher's here, and Jennifer, and Barbara Anders. And yeah, thank you, Barbara, for backing me up there. That's okay. I love it, Leanie, that you're right on top of things. That's just because you know me. I'm not. I'm just not. Look at today's page. Somebody Sunday, number 106, blank. And yet I have in front of me 3 crochet hooks that are doing nothing. Oh, I'm telling you, it is a wonderful, wonderful day, isn't it? I'm so glad that you guys came in on Friday night. I didn't expect anybody because it was a pop up. It wasn't even thought about before Friday. And yet I had, I think, 59 people come in. So for a surprise visit, that was pretty darn good. For 59 people showed up at the cottage on a Friday night. It says a lot about our lives, doesn't it? We just sit around waiting for something to happen on a Friday night. I love it. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I think I can move this over here. I'm working on a couple hats. And there's the crown, and it's just, I think it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I've got it at 50 right now. I got to go to 60 because this does not cover my head. Now, I usually gauge my crown this way, like at the palm of my hand here, and it should come up to about to my fingertips, like up somewhere around here. And then I know that the crown of my hat is going to be big enough for the hat I want to make. Now, when Atreyu makes a hat, he only does 50 stitches, but I need 60 and sometimes 70. Depending on the yarn, I may start out with 12 and then either go to 60 or 72, whichever. But be creative. That's Pam. Hello, Pam. How are you this morning? You think I'm frozen? No, I got a sweater on. Okay, here's another hat. And this one's only 10, and it's probably done on a size 5.5 hook. But this is one of my cross stitches. I did the crown in double crochets and came down and did a row of double crochets 60, and then I did a row of single crochets, and then I did a row of cross stitches, and then I did a row of singles, and I did a back loop, and now I'm doing a row of my favorite stitch, the star stitch. And on the bottom of the star stitch is another row of singles. And then I'll do a single in the, or a half double in the back loop. And then I'll go back and do another row of cross stitches and see how far down we get. I may do another row of this and another row of cross stitches, but we'll have to see, because usually when I measure my hats, I do the same thing with my hat. I'll put this at the base of my palm, and the hat should come up over my fingers to about 8 inches, between 7.5 and 8.5 inches. I like my hats. So if that fits, then that's where I usually end it. Okay, and that's that. There's Marsha Lee and Pebbles, my favorite pea in the whole mean. Whole mean. You don't say something and read the next line at the same time. You wind up with my favorite pea in the whole mean. You didn't get a notification. Well, I don't know why not, my love. What do you mean, Leanie? Samantha says. Leanie thought the screen was frozen, probably because I was sitting there in a purple haze. It was Leanie. Okay. Barbara, hello, hello. Hello, Samantha Stewart. I am glad to see you this morning. And come to the cottage today. I hope you brought your project. We're working on a cat, and I've seen some ears and tails on there. And here's my head. And we put in green eyes. We made the executive decision to do green eyes. And I did not put a white muzzle on mine. But today, we're going to do feet and the body. And then next week, we'll put it all together. Next week is the 31st, the very last day of March. So if it's okay with Leanie, I'm going to give you the rest of that week to get your finished somebody in to post. Because we're not going to be able today to do the feet and the body and put it together. I don't believe. How can I do the cat? Well, Samantha, you can go back to the first part of March, and let's see, I usually have a calendar hanging up here, and I do not. Well, I do have my phone, so let me look in my phone and see what the calendar says for March. It says the first day of March was the first day we did the cat, and that day we did the ears. The 8th is the day we did the tail, and the 15th is the Sunday that we did the head, Samantha. So if you're going to catch up, you got to go back to the 1st, the 8th, and the 15th, because today we're doing the legs and the body, and that is the 22nd. Today's the 22nd, and welcome to spring. And then, okay, the 29th will be next Sunday, the 29th. That we'll put the whole thing together. And I'm going to give you the rest of the week until the 4th of April for you to get in, get your everything put together and get a picture into Leanie. Does that work for everybody? Leanie's going to make another cat. Okay. Molly. Hello, 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 Molly. Is this your first visit? There's Kimmer. And Linda Davison is here. Welcome, Linda. Welcome to the cottage. Samantha, you just take your picture with your phone, and then you go to your Gmail or your email, and you send it to Leanie, or you can send it right to the well, you don't have Facebook, so you need to send it to Leanie. Jacqueline Marley. This is Jacqueline's month, because you know why, guys? She's Irish to the core. Sounds good. I'm redoing my cat ears. For some reason, turned out too big for the head. Oh, Jackie, go down a hook size and see if that works. Or a whole hook size or a half a hook size. Besides, this cat is it is big. Let me see, where are my ears and my tail? Here is my tail. Where is my ears? They are big on the head, I will tell you that. Here are my ears. And here is the cat's head. Now, the trick with this is to pinch this ear together and find the eye and just put it offset of the eye. I never can get this right, because when I'm looking at it, it's the other direction. Okay? But if you pinch these ears together, so you can come in this corner and take your tail that you're sewing with and pull it through. So your ear is together. And then you're going to find where your eye is and position this off to the side. If you look at a cat's ear, they're pretty big. Now, some cats have smaller ears, but this is the way it's supposed to be, guys. Okay? Kind of like what was that little guy? I put him in a blender. They're really not too big. It's just a tabby. That's why. It's the type of cat. Let me show you. Well, here's the Siamese in the book. So you can see how big those ears are. This is the tabby. So you can see how big his ears are. This is the one I'm doing. You can redo them with a smaller hook size, or you can Let's see, this ear says you go to 18, 20. It says you go up to 20. But you can stop at 16 if you want. You start with the point and you go down. And you don't have to do as many rows. You can do less rows and don't do as much. It's going to be one of those days, guys. Increases. Okay. Now, what was I in my phone for? I want to show you a picture while I have it here. And this is not what I was in for. I don't know what I was in for. The my sister Marilyn, who I go up and take care of frequently, has a granddaughter, Lily, who is autistic. And she's tried several different things to get her interested in something. And her other Grandma Pyle, took her to a crochet class. Not class, a crochet, Grandma Pyle's crochet group, mostly older women. And Lily loved it. So because she's autistic, she was doing scarves. 27 stitches, turn, 27 stitches, turn, 27 stitches. And that was very comforting. The rhythm of the crochet and the consistency of everything just was perfect for Lily. She has made probably 10 or 15 scarves in school colors and given them to friends and family. They have a lot of Ohio State fans in their family, so there were a lot of red and gray scarves made. And then my sister put the fringe on them for her on the ends. Well, she's gotten bored with doing that, and Grandma Pyle took her to the crochet group, and she learned how to do other things. So her sister, Leah, goes on YouTube and finds a pattern and does it. And I think the first one was just to show Lily that anything you can crochet, I can crochet better. You know how younger sisters can be sometimes. Well, then Lily decided, well, if Leah is getting patterns off of YouTube, I'm going to look and see what's on there. So she did. And she's found a couple things, and she's made a hat, and she's made, I don't know, something else. But my sister Marilyn cannot eat certain foods, and Kim can attest to this. There are certain foods when you have an ileostomy that you cannot eat because they may get trapped in the ostomy, and you don't want to plug that up. So one of the things that she's not supposed to eat, I don't know why, maybe the rind on it or the skin on it, is a pickle. She's not supposed to have a pickle. But my sister dearly loves pickles. So Lily crocheted her an emotional support pickle. And that's my sister Marilyn and her emotional support pickle. Most people have a chicken. She has a pickle. Charlotte, welcome. And Sally Stevens is here with her kindness. And did Dory Doodles come in? And there's my favorite pea in the whole world, not the whole mine. And I love that girl. My sister is very nice. She's the one I showed you in that picture the other day. You can see how much she's changed. She's this one. Let's see if I can do this. She's this one. Whoops. Not too different, huh? Anyway, you don't care one way or the other. It's okay. Okay. I don't know what I was getting in my phone for. I don't remember, and it's okay. I have been doing chickens. You know those little chickens that I've been doing? I think I showed them to you. I'm going to show you again. Because they are pretty cute. I think I've got 9 of them now. And I watched Michelle play hooky. And she did this chicken this morning. And then all it is a granny square folded in half. Isn't that the cutest little thing? So easy. Dory Doodles! And there's Len. Hello, Len. There's my panda. Antonino, I love you so much. You just don't even know. I'm so glad you got a chance to pop in today. You make my Sundays. Okay, here's the watermelon chicken. Here's the banana chicken. Here's the kiwi chicken. Here's the orange chicken. Tangerine, Tangelo, whatever you want it to be. This is Little Red Rock Hen. She's a new one. And this one, that's a new one. He's a blue something. And I think there's one other one. I'm working on this one, but it's coming out bigger. And then this will be the face, and this will be the body. And I don't know. I don't have eyes on it yet. And I don't think I dropped one. I have so much stuff down here that I am in my own way, if you know what I mean. And guess what? I did a no-no. And I went on Amazon. And I bought some of that green yarn that I was telling you about. Now that green yarn is, I got it wrapped around my, oh my. Another crochet hook. The green yarn is Green Tones. I think it's a Red Heart Super Saver. And it's the one that, well, I don't have the hat here right now, but it's the one that has all the different colors of greens. Oh, it's the one that I used for this. That's what. It's the green that I used for this. And you can see it's got light greens and dark greens and middle-sized greens. And it's just enough of one color to change into another color. And it's beautiful. Anyway, that's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I've got a couple more chickens. I don't know where they are. Maybe I've started them and haven't finished them. I don't know. But I'm really liking this yarn. And this, I think, came from Hobby Lobby. It's 100% superwash merino wool. It's a number 1 weight. It says to use a D3 or 3.25 millimeter hook. But it's a rusty red color, like a Rhode Island red. And it comes out really cute. Did I show you this guy? He's one of my favorites. This one came out of this yarn, which is a hand dyed by I think I don't think she's on anymore. She hand dyed yarn for a long time and sold it at a very reasonable rate, and I bought a lot of her yarn. She is Crochet in Agreement. This is a cotton. That's her logo, Crochet in Agreement. Melissa, I think her name is Melissa. I like her yarns. Very, very nice. Okay, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a bucket. Okay. All right. Let's start this leg. I think we can start this leg. So much. I do want to tell you that I got in here and I did the reds, the burgundy, the pink, and the red, and I redid all of those so that they are looking a little bit better than the rest of them. But that's as far as I got, because reaching up was Melissa. Yeah. She made cotton for me. She made different bases, and if I said to her I need 235 yards at least, she made sure that I had that much for a bunny. Most, well, I won't say most all, but a lot of my bunnies in the beginning were Melissa's yarn. Most people sell their yarn for $10, $12. Some dyers with their merinos and their super washes sell it for like $22, $24 a skein. But Melissa sold hers for under $10 a skein. So I bought a lot of her yarn. There's my cousin Dee. Melissa Reed. Yep. Granny, do you know what happened? Why she stopped? Was it just too much? Hello, Jenny. Welcome home from church. Gloria Bowman is here. Hello, hello. All right, let's flip over to the other. Oh, okay. There's the 9th one. I knew I had one in the works. Another little chicken coming. No, what does Kim say? Why did the chicken cross the road? Because that Kim, I'm telling you, she's something else. But this morning, Michelle plays hooky. She put eyes on her chicken that were so cute and so easy. And sometimes with these little guys, you can't put a two-part eye in there because there's just not enough room for the eye in the washer. But the way she did it, it's really cute, and it came out very nicely. All right, I'm going to switch over here to the this one does not have eyes, so it might get those special eyes. And this is the one I told you was so pretty, and it's so sparkly because it's got that silver thread in it, but it is such a pain in the tuchus to work with. See this hanging out here? Well, I had more than I thought. All right. I have to do 12 of them because I did one for a friend, and I did some for a teacher, and my friend said, "Oh, I really like that," and showed it to her friend, and her friend wants 6 and 6 for her friend. So that's what these 12 are. Okay, so today we are working on legs and the body. And we're going to start with a leg first, because it's probably the easiest. And you've got 4 of them to do. So I've already started mine, but I'm going to take it out, and we're going to do this together, which is only fair as I clean up my work surface. All right, let me switch over to the other camera. And I want to put this up a bit. Whoops, wrong one. All right, here we go. You guys know the routine. System, camera, depth tech, whatever that the webcam is, allow, and there we go. And that is the big one. All right, now I need to get this in the middle and get some yarn out. Whoop, there's that tail. All right, here we go. I have a 5mm hook. I am going to make my magic circle, go in and snag, and make my first single crochet. And we want 6. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For those of you who have made the bunny or other buddies, it's the same foot. But for those of you who are new, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a dark one, so you can't see that one really well, but you've got 6. I'm going to pull on the tail till I get a small circle. Then I'm going to pull on that small circle, holding the single crochet's knot. Because if I hold here, we're not going anywhere. So pull the small circle until you close up that bigger circle, and then you can pull on the tail. And oops, see, I did it wrong. Now I got to pull this one out if I can. Did I do it backwards? Nope. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it out and we'll do it over. Don't know why that happens, but you know what? Whenever I try to look smart, snag. This is not a stitch. It's a snag. So we're going to do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to pull on the tail till we get a small circle. I'm going to pull on the small circle until we get it closed, and then pull on the tail to close up that last circle. All right. Now I'm going to put in a row marker. You can put in a stitch marker if you want to mark that first stitch. I'm going to crochet in the round, so I'm doing this with a row marker, which I prefer. We've got 6. We need to increase it in each stitch around so that we'll have 12. So we're going to put 2 singles in each stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now I'm going to put my row marker up. That marks row 2 I've done. Now we'll start on row 3, and we're going to go to 18, which means we need to add 1 to each 2 that we've done. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. It's like a waltz. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, oops, and 3. And that gives us 18 around. So I'm going to flip my row marker back to the front. And we're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 rows of 18. We've increased to 18. We want 3 more rows of 18 stitches. And like I said, this is the same foot as the bunny foot. It's the same foot as the monkey foot. It's the same foot as all of the some bunnies or some buddies that we do. It's the same foot. There are a couple features that you can use on a cat foot if you want to, and I'll show you that. When I get around here, I'm going to take a minute to read the chat so far because I don't like to lose it. And if there's anything really important that you need me to read that I have missed, go ahead and retype it in bold print and capitals so I don't miss it. Okay, there's one row. I'm going to stop. No games, Samantha. No, our game now, Samantha, because of postage and shipping and everything, is if you make a bunny or buddy during the month, you post it on my Facebook page or send a picture to Leanie and we'll post it for you. And if you get it done in the 1 month time limit, your name goes on the game, and your name goes in the game, and you have a chance to win some prizes at the end of the month. And the same with Stitch of the Week, or Stitch of the Month, rather. I give you a different variation every Wednesday. And I give you a variation of the stitch we're working on every week. And you can make something out of that, a dishcloth, as little as a dishcloth, turn it into a hat or a scarf or a blanket, as ambitious as you want to get. And hey, Susan. It's Samantha, are you listening? Because I'm trying to explain right now. With the Stitch of the Month, you can do a project out of that and get it finished and posted by the end of the month, and your name will go in that game, and there are prizes for that. But I'm not doing weekly prizes anymore. Okay, does that clear that up for you, sweetheart? We don't have weekly prizes anymore. We just have 2 monthly prizes. Okay, who else has come in? Susan Burke. Hello to everyone. I don't know whether it's changing the seasons since we're into spring now, or if it is change in the time jumped forward, but I have been eating everything in sight. And I don't know if I'm eating the wrong things and my body's not getting the correct nutrition. And I just crave more junk food. But I've gotten dangerously close to the 2 number. And I don't want to be 2 anything. So starting today, I'm putting out there for accountability that I am going to try and change my life habits and do better. Leslie, finishing a neon bunny. Oh, I can't wait to see that one. This month, Linda, is the double crochet. And I've showed you how to do a double crochet. I've showed you how to do the foundation double crochet. I've shown you how to do the crossed double crochet. And is that what we've done so far, Leanie? No, I didn't put out 2 stitches. I've just put out 2 different ways to do the double crochet. I don't know, Leanie, what a stacked cluster is. I've done a cross stitch. with a single crochet in between, like on the hats. Like this. This is the cross stitch. And a single crochet. That's one of them. We did the foundation double crochet. Okay, we're going up to row 7. I'm sorry, I stopped talking I started talking and stopped crocheting. 2, 4, I think this is 5. Thank you, Dory, for keeping me on track. I wish I had your coordination and your organizational skills, which I lack severely. I find it difficult to do 2 things at once because I swear I'm on the autism scale, but I am ADHD, which I think is on the autism scale. So there's 2, 4, 6. And I cannot do 2 things at once because when I start something, I get so involved in it that I'm stuck in it. It's like poor Sunitha. I think she's on her 6th star blanket because remember when she was doing penguins? And she just kept doing penguins. And then she said, I got to get out of the penguin thing. So she went to pickles, and she started doing pickles, and there were pickles all over everywhere. And she got out of that and started hats. And then now she's into the star blankets, and I think she's done 6 of them. All right, this is row marker to the outside, which tells me it's an odd number, 2, 4, 6. This is number 7. We're going to decrease. So we're going to single crochet 1 and do the invisible decrease in the front loops and a decrease, and a single crochet and a front loop invisible decrease, and a single crochet and a front loop only invisible decrease, and a single crochet and a decrease, and a single crochet and a decrease, and a single crochet and the last decrease. Took us from 18 back down to 12. So you can see where you went from 6 to 12 to 18, and your rows of 18 to row 7. I'm going to tuck this inside. And there's row 7 where we decreased, and we're back to 12. So now we're just going to do 12 stitches around until you get 22 rows. 22 rows. And that is the length of your cat paws, legs, whatever. All right, I'm going to stop here at 9. Oh, see how that comes out? I'm going to tuck that back in. I'm going to hold my row counter out, and I'm going to put some stuffing in this leg, in this little foot now. And you just want, I don't know, just a little ball of stuffing. That might be too much. But I'm going to tuck it in here. And I like to tuck it around the outside, so make sure it makes a nice little buddy foot, whatever. Okay, and there you go. And all you need to do now is 12 around, 1 stitch in each around until you get to 22 rows. Now I'm going to show you a trick, a real quick trick. Couple tricks if you want. I'm going to do it in black thread, but you'll be able to see it, I'm sure. You're going to find your 6 in the middle, and you're just going to pick one of them and go in and come back out where you've done your decrease. And go back in, and you're going to come out 2 stitches over, and go back in and come out 2 stitches over, and go back in. And you can come out anywhere you want to on the back. And there you have your paw, your cat's paw. I'll show you again in a minute, okay? Because what I'm going to do now is take a skein of white. Because I want to do, remember I told you I wanted to do a white paw on my cat. So I'm going to try this. I don't think that's a 4. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what comes out, huh? Oh boy, that was a mistake. Okay. There it is. Pesky little devil. All righty. I got you now. yarn barf. Isn't it wonderful? Actually, all it is just a series of wraps. See how it's wrapped around itself? Wrapped around itself. Okay, now, I always do it double. That way I don't worry about it coming out. One, I don't like this yarn. After all of that, I don't like that yarn. Okay, I'm getting a real white. A real white. Oh boy, you'd think I would have a white open and ready to go. Ooh, I do. All right. Snag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you will notice that this is the same beginning that we used for the tail. The 6 on the tail. It's the same beginning that we used for the foot. It's the same beginning we used for the back of the head. There's the 6 right there. It's the same we use for the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the basic beginning for everything that we do, everything that I do, amigurumi. Everything that I do, amigurumi. Other people start out differently, but I start out with a magic circle and 6. And then we're going to go to 12 like we did before. Two in each. This camera is a little nicer than the other one, isn't it? I'm enjoying it more. I think it's a little clearer. Did you guys enjoy the Friday night pop-up? And do you think I should keep it? Elmo is concerned that that it will be too much. But I told him it's a Friday night. It's not an afternoon that disrupts my day. And it's not a show that I have to prepare for. This is 18. 1 and an increase. 1 and an increase. 1 and an increase. Here we are wrapped around ourselves again. I really enjoyed it, and I was surprised how many people popped in. I did not expect that many people on a Friday night for not having any advance notice. You all notice that I come on. I mean, you know that I come on Wednesdays and Sundays at noon, but nobody knew I was going to pop up at 8 o'clock on a Friday night. And before I did, I made sure that no one else was on that I frequented. Friday nights are your time. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Sally. Okay, so I think I'm just going to kind of leave it. If you can make it, pop in, and if you can't make it, catch the replay. That 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 works, and it may not be every Friday because I seldom have things to do on Friday night. But if I do, guess what? I won't be popping up. So we'll just kind of leave it as a pop up rather than a regular thing. I'm too young to date, and I'm too old to go to bed at 8 o'clock. So I figured that was a good time. 8 o'clock on a Friday night. I want to hurry and get this done so we can start on the body. But I did want to show you the difference it makes in the cat's paw when you put the definition in. And I'm sure you guys all know how to, you guys, listen to me. I wasn't going to do that. I'm sure that you know how to do a color change. It's not the first time you've done crocheting. That's what I'm saying. There's no preparation for it, because I'm just going to sit there and crochet while I'm talking to everybody, and it's a lot more casual because I'm not. I have the opportunity to sit and chat with you rather than try and show you something or tell you something. And I think it gives us an opportunity to meet each other on a totally different level. It's kind of like teacher student most of the time, and I don't really mean that literally because maybe facilitator. I don't know. There's so many other people that are more talented than I on YouTube, and sometimes I show you how to do new things, and sometimes I just remind you how to do the things that you've done before that you haven't for a while, and how different they can come out. Or maybe I'll show you a tip or a trick that I have learned to tweak a project just enough to make it look totally new and give it a pop, or a wonderful edge, or a totally different look, because we can only do so much with a slip stitch, a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, and a treble crochet. But it's the way that you put them together that gives you the distinction of your very own project. And I don't know about you, but I love it. I love crocheting. It's relaxing. And as long as I don't do too much of it, it's not real hard on my hands, which I appreciate. I probably could have gone down to a 4.5 on this one, because this yarn is, I'm not sure what yarn it is, but it's not big twist. I think I have learned to appreciate Joann's more since it's gone than I did when it was there, because their big twist yarn is just a wonderful thickness, a wonderful acrylic to use for blankets or bunnies or hats, and they all come out nice. All right, there's 2, 4, 6, and this is 7, which is a decrease. And I'm spending way too much time on this foot. Oh, I just told you it was a decrease and went right around starting another row of 18. 1 and a decrease. Single crochet and a decrease. All the way around. You probably have all 4 feet done by now. With my chatting and stopping and Leslie. Terry. Hey, Terry. Welcome in. We are working on cat paws today. And I've got a couple of them started. But I'm doing this one is a white one. And our last decrease from 18 back to 12. Now I'm going to do 1 row of 12 around. Let me get this extra part out of here so I don't get all mixed up. All right, we're back to 12, which starts the leg. And you're going to do 12 stitches around, 1 single crochet in each single crochet around until you get to 22 rounds or 22 rows, whichever you want to call them. I'm going to try and brush this paw. See how that looks too. That would be fun. You know, if you use a halo yarn for your kitty, excuse me, when you're done, you can brush it and make it fluffier. I'm going to take this tail and stick it in there, and then stuff this paw. Now I'm going to take, I don't know, let's see what we've got over here. Do we have something or nothing? I think we got nothing. So Let's go over here to this beautiful one, and I'll cut off a length of it and get my needle. Thread that needle. And I want to come up here and where you've done your 18 stitches, we're going to come out one of those holes and go back in the center. And I'm going to do this double because this is a thinner yarn. And I can pull it tight, go back in the hole, and come over 2 stitches. Go back in the hole, come back up in the same spot. Go back in the hole and come up 2 stitches over, 1, 2 stitches over. Go back in that hole one more time. Go back in there. And I'm going to come out the back. And there you have a cat paw. See what I'm saying? You might want to go three stitches over. You'd get a bigger or maybe you want to do a 4th one there, which I didn't think about. Oops, that's 2, isn't it? Okay. Well, I'm going to go back in here then, next to it, and come out the hole. Whoa, lost it. Okay, I'll do it this way. I'm going to take a smaller hook, come in from the back, and grab that, and just pull it through. And there you got your cat's paw. What do you think, guys? Yeah? No? And I am going to take this loop out and pick up those 2 loops. And hold that. And I'm going to pick up my color that I want for my leg. And I'm going to pull that through that. No, come on now. And I'm going to continue with my 12. And this will give me a white paw on my tabby cat. And I'll make all 3 of the other legs tabby. But this particular one will be the one white leg. And that gives me the option to put white on the breast of the kitten if I choose to. If I can figure that one out when I get there. All right, now I'm going to pull on this, which will tighten that down. I'm going to pull on this one, which will tighten this one down. I'm going to flip my row marker over to the back. And I'm going to oh, and I just blew that stitch. That does not belong in there. That does. They're bombing Israel or bombing Iraq or something in the other room, so pardon the O's. Usually when Elmo goes outside to work in the yard, he turns on some classical music for background for me. Okay, and then I will continue the leg up to 22. And that will be that. Okay. Now, the next thing we need to do is the body. And I'm going to stop for a minute and see who's in the chat. You like that? It looks kind of cute, huh? There's your regular cat paw. Now this one's got the black marks on it also, which you can't see very well because of the pooling in this. There's not one here, but there is one here, and one here, and they all go to that center. There's that one. And then there's should be one more around here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's a flat cat. I haven't stuffed it yet. There's the other one. But now we're going to start the body. Guess what? Double wrap, magic circle, snag. Guess how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull the tail. Pull the small circle. Pull the tail. And there you go. There's the bum on your bear or your bunny or your cat. Please do not do this in pink. And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, there we're going to go to 12. So we're going to increase in each stitch just like we did for the foot. Just like we did for the ears. Just like we did for the ears on the bunny. And just like we did for the head. It's the standard increase is what they call it, or the normal increase. 6, 12. I flip my row marker over. We're going to increase to 18. 1, 2, 3, making 3 stitches out of 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. All right. That's the bottom of our foot, but it's also the back of the head, and it's also the bottom of the cat. But with the cat, if you remember, on the head, we went 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. On the cat body, we're going to go 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. Because that cat has to have some strong legs to stand on. So there's 1, 2, and an increase. Putting 4 into 3 stitches will give us 24 stitches around. Single, single, and an increase. Single, single, and an increase. Single, single, increase. And single, 23 and 24. And that's what the bottom should be looking like. We're going to flip our row marker over and increase to 30, which means we need to put 5 stitches in these next 4. So we'll do a single, 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 and an increase, and that will give us 5 in the 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since we started with 6 original, 5 times 6 is 30. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what the nice thing about this is? If you do this, Mimi, pink for the bum. I don't think you want a little round circle of pink in the bottom of your amigurumi. No, it is not written anywhere. Because it's so similar to every other amigurumi that I make. The feet are the same, the body's the same. The only thing that's different are the ears, the head, and the tail. And Kimmer, if you want to Gmail me, we'll do it that way. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll flip it over to the front. That gave us 30. We're going for 36. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And in that fifth stitch that we just created, we'll do 5 and 6. 6 times 6 is 36. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. 5, 6. And we're just going to increase in each row until we get to 48, which will be crochet 6, and in the next one increase single, 6 singles, and the next is an increase, which would be 8. 6 8s are 48. This is probably the boring part for an instructor because it's not recorded, and I can't say I'll meet you at the end of the round and click you off, you know. Am I doing this right? We want, what do we want? 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my increase. 1, 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and an increase. 5, 6. See, I can't talk and do this at the same time. 2, 3, 4, and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. If you don't know why Dory is making a cat, it's because Dory loves cats, and she's got a couple of them. 3, 4, and an increase, 5 and 6, and that gives us 36. 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 and 6. 36. Hey, Rosie. Welcome in. And there's my frozen angel in the frozen stone, Angela. Yes, you are. I knew you were. I just had that old feeling. All right, this is another increase round. We're going to go to 5, and in that 6th stitch, we're going to put an increase to make. We've got 6, 12, 18, 24. Whoops. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. We're going to 42, which is 7 6s are 42. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase, 6 and 7. And we'll do that all the way around. Five, 6 and 7 in the next stitch, increase. 1 single crochet in the next 5. And then increase. Is that what we're doing? Oh, let me count. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Yeah, we're going to 42 this row. So it is 5 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we'll bring this forward. Now we have 7 around. We need to get to 8. So we're going to do 6 and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase to 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. One thing I've learned is sometimes doing these, people who aren't doing them, they cannot do the whole 2 hours. 2 hours is too much for them. So, because they've already said their hellos and and caught up on stuff. And since they're not doing the project, unless they have another project that they're working on, this second hour is really tedious. And that's okay, because I know the streets are busy and there's a lot of people to go and see. Margaret's on. Christy was not on this morning. Christy must have a new season starting or something, or maybe it's the races. She likes both of them. All right, there's our 8 around for 60. 6 8s are 48. We've got 48 here. And now we're just going to do from 6, 8, round 8 up to round got to get my pattern out. This is the same pattern. Home of the Sun Bunny is the same pattern for the body. We've got 48. And now we're going to do rows 9 to 12. It's single stitch in each stitch around. When we get to row 13, we're going to decrease. And when we finish this, I will show you how to finish this. I'll let you do a screenshot for those of you who don't have the cat body. Okay? And I'll let you, that way you can finish it and get it put together, or finish your 4 legs anyway, to get ready for next week to put it together. So this round and around all the way from 9 to 12 is where we are in decreasing on row. What did I say? 12 is 48 stitches around. So go at your own pace. And this is the part where a lot of people leave because they're not doing it and there's not a whole lot of excitement going on. And since I'm not playing games right now through the week, there's not a lot to stick around for. My old faithfuls and the new ones who are doing the cat. And by the way, we're coming to the close of March. Next week is the end, and we'll put our cat together. I am going to give you the rest of that week, the calendar week, not the week of March, because it ends on Tuesday, I think. But I'm going to give you the rest of that week to get your cat put together and posted on the Facebook page. Because the 29th is the last day, the last Sunday we're broadcasting, excuse me, for the month of March, and I will show you how to put it together. So I'm going to give you the rest of that week to put it together and get it posted before we spin the wheel. Oh, remember this did this last week too. Who is this? My daughter. Hey. Can I call you back after 2 o'clock? I'm right in the middle of a show. All right. I love you. Bye. It was my daughter. My beanie kid. She's the one who I got in August of 73 when I married my second husband. And her birthday is Christmas Day. So Christmas Day, Beanie and I went upstairs and I put her in a pre-wrapped box with a pre-wrapped lid and a bow taped in the center. And I carried her downstairs and I set her in front of Tom and I said, 3 years ago today, Mary gave you this very same present. But today, I'm giving you this present. Well, Tom could not figure out what Mary gave him 3 years ago that I could give him today. And then he opened the box and Rachel popped up and she said, "Merry Christmas, Daddy." And I said to Tom, "Now she's officially ours." We had to go through a whole long rigmarole from August to October to go to court and get custody of the 3 children that his ex-wife had left with us, but not done so legally. So by the time Christmas rolled around, she was ours officially. And I just kind of, there's no way I could have rebirthed her. So I just stuck her in a box. When he opened the box, she was ours. And every day, every Christmas on her birthday, growing up, we would have Christmas in the morning. And then at supper time, we would celebrate her birthday because we always celebrated the birthdays in our family at dinner time. You got to choose what you would like for dinner, your birthday dinner. You got to choose what kind of cake you wanted, and you got your gifts at dinner time. So we always waited until Christmas dinner and made her a cake, whatever cake she wanted, and gave her her birthday gifts at dinner. Because those of you who are born on or near the 25th of December may recognize the fact that a lot of people will give you a gift in December and say, "It's Christmas and your birthday all in one," which is really nice and convenient for the giver, not so fun for the gettee. So we tried to be fair to all the kids. You know, you try to be the best mom that you can be, and you give your children everything that you think they need to become a independent, somewhat within the norm adult, able to go out on their own and survive. You teach them how to sew on a button. You teach them how to polish their shoes. You teach them how to iron a shirt. You teach them how to mend something that might need mending, hem something. You teach them how to fry or scramble an egg. You teach them how to vacuum and dust. You teach them how to wash dishes, dry dishes. You teach them how to wash laundry, how to dry it, how to fold it and put it away. All of the things that they're going to need to A, go out into the world and get an apartment and survive, B, go to college and get a roommate and survive, C, get married and get a wife and survive. And then you take them outside on a windy day and you let go of that kite string. And it's one of the scariest things that you will ever do as a parent. Ever. But if you've done a good job, if you've done your best, they survive. And what they didn't pay attention to and learn while you were teaching them, they learn faster, probably better. And what you have taught them that they did pay attention to, they appreciate. They don't always tell you that, but they do appreciate it. Hey, Niecy. Yes, and you survived too, sweetheart. You have a cat leg done. Woohoo! Well, I've got these 3. I guess I could stuff this one and make it look more like a cat foot than a flat pancake. This one has no paws. It's just a plain one. This one has got the 3 markings for the paws, as does this one. So there you go. I've got 3 of the 4 started. But I want to get this body done so that I can show you how it begins to take shape. And we'll go as far as we can go in the time allotted to us. And then I'll give you a screenshot of the recipe for the rest of it. Speaking of recipes, if you take cinnamon rolls, the kind in the pop-up can, and you take a round cake pan, you can unroll the cinnamon rolls. Now, you have to be careful because some of the cinnamon rolls just look like they unroll. They really don't anymore. But if you get the proper ones that unroll, you can unroll them and put a ring around the outside of your cake pan, and then pipe in a mixture of cream cheese and maybe sour cream, a little bit of sour cream. And then you put another layer of the cinnamon roll unrolled. And in between those 2, you pipe in some more cream cheese until you get to the center, and you put the last cinnamon roll right in the center. And if you've got extra stuff, you can pipe it in between your cinnamon roll, the rolls. Bake it in the oven. When you come out, you can put your icing over the top. And boy, is it yummy. If you get enough packages of cinnamon rolls, you can do it in a square pan and take it to church. And people will be following you home to get your recipe. Jen, hello. That's right, Sally. That's right. That's another way to teach your kids. You know, is I never realized what a mess I made until one of my husbands went off on a hunting trip. And there was just me at the house. And at the end of the day, oh my gosh, my house was a mess and nobody did it but me. And all those times that I said, well, couldn't you just take your cup to the sink? Where's my cup? Can't you just pick your clothes up off the floor and put them in the dirty clothes hamper? Well, those were my clothes at the foot of the bed. And so then I had to stop complaining. I think he really liked going away for camping trips because he got to enjoy the guys. You didn't have to listen to me nag. And things were always a little easier when he got home. Oh, husbands are exciting. They're interesting. Don't like cinnamon. Well, you don't have to put cinnamon on it if you don't like. You can use You can use crescent rolls. You can do it with puff pastry. Zachman! And is Ellie here? Welcome, welcome, Ellie. That's right. You can put frosting. You can leave don't put any extra cinnamon in it. I saw a lady take a 9x12 pan and put crescent rolls in. She pressed crescent rolls in the bottom of it and then filled it full of apples and then sprinkled cinnamon on and something else she put in there. I've forgotten now what it was. And down cream cheese. No. Then she put more crescent rolls over the top. She rolled them out and put them over the top. And she put cinnamon all over the top and sugar, cinnamon and sugar all over the top of it. And I thought, you know what? That's probably going to be pretty good, but I wouldn't put that much cinnamon on it because I like the taste of cinnamon, but I don't want cinnamon. You know what I mean? I don't want a bazillion. Now, I know this is an odd row. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This is 13. And that's where we're stopping is 13. Because 13 is our decrease row. So your bunny bottom should look something like this. Like a small hat. Okay. Now row 13, we're going to single crochet 4. And we're going to decrease. Now, you know, we had 48 stitches around. We're taking off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're taking off 4 8s are 30. No, what am I saying? 6 8s are 48. So we're doing 4 and then taking 2 off. And we should wind up with 40 stitches because we're taking 8 stitches off around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honest, the math comes out. It does. It really does. 3, 4, 5, 6. It has to do with the fact that 8 goes into 4 goes into 8 and 6 goes into 8. Four and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another decrease. 1, 2. We should have 4, and I don't. And that's okay. Now we're going to do row 14 and single crochet in each stitch around. And we'll find out if we've got 40. sometimes when I do this, I see this and I come over here and do my first stitch instead of doing the first stitch in this one, which is the first stitch. So be sure if you're flipping your row counter up that you're really going to go in this first stitch, not this stitch. All right. So we're going to go in stitch number 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We should be about halfway around. 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Oops. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 39. I have 39, and that's okay. It's okay. Whether you have 39, 40, or 41, it's okay. So we're going to do our row marker, and this is another decrease row. And we're going to do 3 rounds. 1, make sure you're in that first stitch. Now, see? One, 2, 3, and a decrease. One, 2, 3, and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. Elmo has YouTube on the TV, and he has YouTube on. I can hear them both down in his office, and sometimes it makes my laptop black out. Are you guys getting blackouts? 1, 2, 3. We are going to get Windstream or Kinetic has they're separating their phone from their cable, from the Wi-Fi cable. So it's going to be faster and not as expensive, they say. And here's when I say don't worry about it, because what do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3. And those of you who had 40 you only have 1 stitch left. So you have to say, and a decrease, because if you had a decrease there, it would be 1 stitch. But I don't have a stitch, so I'm good. Don't worry about it. Then from row 16 to row 20, we're going to just do a single crochet in each stitch. And I am going to show you the rest of the bunny. Or you can write it down, whatever you choose. From row 16 to 20, you single crochet in each stitch around, giving you 32 stitches. Row 21 is a decrease row. Mac! Leanie, I will. Oh, are you talking to Dory? Mac, I'm so glad you came in. Oh, don't forget to leave 2 thumbs, Mac. You know what? I don't care if you give me money. I don't care if you buy me coffee. I don't care if you what I want you to do is to pop your head in the door and leave your thumbprint on the door sill. That's what makes me smile. And I have to tell you something about thumbprints that I did not know. I had a schoolmate pass away, and I was able to go up for the funeral. And the funeral director said, before we put the coffin into the ground, if you'd like to go up and say your final farewells, she said, please do so at this time. But before you go, let me tell you this. Thumbprint, your fingerprints are unique. No one has your thumbprint, which is why the police, if you get stopped by the police, or if you take a government teaching job or any job that needs security, they take your thumbprint. Your thumbs, doesn't matter how much you wash them, are going to have oil on them, your natural oil on your skin. If you go up to the casket and you put your thumb or your fingers and say goodbye, that never goes away. Your words that you say out loud will drift away in the air, but your thumbprint will remain there for eternity. And I thought that was the coolest thing. And I've remembered it. And it meant a lot to me at the time, and it still does. So that's thumbprints. Okay. I don't know how the thumb came up, but anyway, the Sun Bunny body. Here's how to finish it. You're going to do from row 16 to 20, single crochet in each stitch around for 32 stitches or thereabout. Row 21 is a decrease. You're going to single crochet 2 and then decrease in the next one. times 8 for 24. I'm going to do 36 single crochet in each stitch around. 7 is another decrease row. You're going to single crochet 1 and decrease in the next, and that should leave you with 16 stitches. And then you can do rows 28 and 29 to have 16 stitches, and 16 stitches leaves you, this is only 12. Remember what the 18 was? 16 is a little smaller. You don't want to go back to 12 because that's too small for your head to stay on. You need to have a decent neck. So you can see, or if you and decrease 6 is a nice neck to set a head on. It's a nice size neck to set a head on to stitch around. It gives you a nice sturdy, and it's not going to wobble. Okay. Screenshot of that. You can. Or if you wrote it down. Or if you didn't write it down, Gmail me. And that is our body for our cat. And next week when we come back, on the 29th, I believe it is, we'll put this thing together. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice. Oops, you're gone again. Okay, nice, nice. All right, my loves, we've gone way, way past. Do we have any prayer? We have any prayer requests? No, Jackie, I think we'll repeat what I just said because I'm cutting in and out. Okay. Happy birthday, Rosie. Yeah, I'll give you a chance to take a screenshot. We're on row 16 through 20 in each row around. And then row 21, increase row, single crochet 2 and decrease in the next one times 8 all the way around for 24. Then you're going to do 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 of 24 stitches each with a single crochet in each stitch. Row 27 is another decrease where you'll single crochet and decrease. Now, if you want to, you can decrease and then single crochet. It doesn't matter. A lot of people are used to decreasing in the first stitch and then they do their stitch in the next, their single in the next. That's fine if you want to do it that way. Whatever way is comfortable for you. That leaves you with 16 stitches. You can also do 6 stitches and a decrease. 6 stitches and a decrease, which will give you 14 stitches. And then single stitch in each of the stitches that you've got left. So whether you've got single crochet 6 and decrease, times 2, and that leaves you with 14 stitches. If you want to do that, you can do that too, and that leaves you with a nice sturdy round neck. 16 might be too big, 12 is too small, 14 is just right. So do that, finish that up, and bring all your body parts with you next week, and we'll put it together. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, never. Just loved. Because you fill them full of loves. You fill them full of God's love before you put them all together, or as you're putting all together. God bless this cat. Works. You know? All right. I love each and every one of the things that are in the view for each of you. You know better than I know. And I'm not sure why we're out of here, but we seem to be in and out. So, yes, I like that, Leanie. Prayers for all who need them. And even if you don't know you need them, I will be praying for you. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you on Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday, for another variation of the double crochet stitch. And then you in the palm of his hand. May he bless you and keep you safe on the road and in your home while you're out and about. May he go through your heart and with his Holy Spirit chase out all of the blackness and fill with his light. And I ask for this for each and every one of you because I love you so much. Don't forget your shoes. Put all your cups in the sink. Put your paper in the bin. Your plates and napkins. Don't forget to fill your bucket up from the love spigot. There's a 55-gallon drum of love out there today next to where your shoes were. I wondered if you thought about that when you came in, what that was all about. It's a new addition Mr. Elmo brought in for me. So fill your bucket up to the rim with God's love, and don't forget to give it out to all those who need it. Even if they don't know that they need it, you can look in their eyes and know they need it. And switch camera. Allow all that. Yep, we're back for 30 more seconds. Guess what today is? And guess what we're doing today? Oh, arms, come on. Today we are making friends. I love you all. And I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.